So those of you who have been around my channel for a while now know that I am a big Command & Conquer fan, except for that one. Or that one. And that one, but we don't talk about those. Anyways, even if you aren't a fan of the channel, if you were around gaming in the late 90s or early to mid 2000s, chances are you've probably at least heard of the Command & Conquer franchise. It was by far one of the most successful, well-known franchises in the entire real-time strategy genre. In a lot of ways, it set the precedent and tone for future RTS games going forward, so much so that many other companies tried to copy CNC's formula to mixed results. Companies like 3DO with Army Men RTS, GPG with Supreme Commander, and even a Star Wars game or two by Lucasfilm, just to name a few. But among these various corporations looking to cash in on the popularity of Command & Conquer was none other than LEGO, the giant block-building toy company that was originally completely opposed to any depiction of war involving their toys, was about to make a war game based on their toys. I guess money changes everything, as LEGO commissioned 42 games to create their own LEGO-themed Command & Conquer. Mars Mission Crystal Alien Conflict was released in about 2008 on LEGO.com, as a tie-in game to go with and promote their Mars Mission product line of space sets. Now, this was far from the first free browser-based game LEGO would come out with. In fact, at the time, I remember them having literal dozens of them on the website, and the quality of these games ranged from pretty okay to downright trash. But Mars Mission was built different. Crystal Alien Conflict being a clone of Command & Conquer was something that I was able to recognize almost immediately. Much like in the original CNC, you start the game off with a choice between playing as the alien faction or the human astronauts. Yes, this free Flash player-based game had more than one campaign. It even had an expansion, more on that in a bit. So upon picking what side to play, you're given a brief cutscene that was, let's face it, basically an ad for a LEGO set, but wow were they cool. I don't even care that this was blatant advertisement. I'll take that over TikTok dances or whatever this is any day of the week. Much like most RTS campaigns, the first few levels are short and serve as a sort of tutorial, introducing you to the game's mechanics, and basically it's just regular Command & Conquer but with Legos. There's even Tiberium, I'm not kidding. The main resource you collect in Crystal Alien Conflict is these little green crystals which actually do fit in nicely to the theme's lore. You even have a building that acts as a refinery and a harvester. It's just like Tiberian Sun from back in the day. And if you play the expansion, there's even a building that acts like the Tiberium Spike from Tiberium Wars. Even the tech tree and progression structure is similar. You start by building a power plant, and then you get a barracks, then a war factory or radar, and once you have both of those, you can build a tech center which allows you to get some rather expensive but powerful units. Now, the game is fairly limited in that it only allows you to have a few of the same units at a time, and there is no queuing, meaning you have to build them one by one, but this is a browser game from 2008, so that is certainly forgivable. Mars Mission punches well above its weight for what it is. 2 campaigns, decent graphics for the time, and let's talk about the expansion I mentioned, the Spec Ops mode. So, after this game had been out for a while, 42 Games added a small expansion which would add new units, levels, and cutscenes to the game. If this wasn't enough for you, there were also cheat codes, some of which unlocked these crazy secret levels, like this one that follows the story of how Santa Claus apparently got shot down over Mars on Christmas Eve and now has to collect all of the presents that were dropped in the crash. Or how about this one where you're tasked with delivering a pizza on Mars? There are quite a few others as well, and this is something that I really miss with games in general. These silly little hidden Easter eggs that are just there for the player to enjoy. No focus on grinding or hyper-realism or microtransactions, just pure creativity and fun. Obviously, this game is many years old now, and as such has been removed from LEGO's website for quite some time. There was a fan project in the early 2010s called Crystal Alien Conflict Redux that allowed the game to be downloaded and played offline, but it no longer seems to work since Adobe Flash Player was discontinued. It seemed that all hope was lost when it came to playing this classic game outside of some rather obscure and possibly risky means until recently. Earlier this week, I was informed by one of my channel Discord members and subscribers that this game is back. Apparently, someone over on itch.io has ported the entire game to the Go.engine, making it function on modern systems better than ever before. In addition to improved frame rates, there are bug fixes, multiplayer, and an easy-to-use level editor that allows you to make your own maps. Well, it certainly isn't perfect, as I did encounter some issues such as the old full screen sheet no longer working, as well as unit deselecting now being unnecessarily complicated, where instead of just middle mouse clicking like you used to, you now have to move the entire screen while clicking left at the same time for some reason, But other than that, the game was fun and pretty much exactly how I remembered it. The creator of the port did add some custom music tracks for the Santa level as well as the final level, which is interesting. I personally would have kept the original aesthetic, especially for the Santa level. Exploring a snow-covered Mars with reindeer while eerie space music plays in the background is, in my mind, so absurd it's good, but that's just personal preference. If you haven't played this game, go try it out. Even if you've already played it, I would still recommend it. It's free, and it's a good couple of hours of fun. Download link will be in the description. There's also some old cheat codes, some of which still work on this version of the game. They, for the most part, unlock those secret levels I was talking about earlier, or allow you to tweak the difficulty a little bit, as some of the levels in this game can be quite challenging, but don't overuse them too much because then they can take the fun out of the game. I'll post a separate link to the Mars Mission wiki where you can find those. But that's going to be it for me. If you did end up enjoying this video, or just share a passion for the old LEGO space themes, then please like and subscribe to the channel if that's something you're interested in. I really wish, side note here, I really wish that LEGO would bring back the space themes. I mean, Mars Mission, Space Police, Blacktron, they were all fantastic. I don't know what they're doing with just emphasizing the Star Wars theme so much. I don't even like most of the new LEGO Star Wars sets. Really wish we could get LEGO Space back, but that's just my own opinion. But anyway, thank you again for watching. Have a great day, and as always, stay safe. Goodbye.